Hey Pisces, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for December 20th through the 26th. This reading is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am setting the intention to focus on December 20th through the 26th. However, you might stumble upon this video outside of those dates, which is totally fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it, whenever it's time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the Pisces collective. Therefore, not every single message will resonate, but take the ones that do and leave the ones that don't. So without further ado, let's see what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what's going on here, my dears. One more shuffle. Alright, that feels good. I don't have a set number of times I shuffle. I just shuffle till it feels right. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. First card that is coming up is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can be a situation where maybe we're burning a bridge, or something starts off small and escalates and turns into a bigger thing. Now, Five of Swords can come up when we're feeling like it might be time to burn a bridge. A lot of the times, Five of Swords comes up for me in my readings when you're dealing with a person who knows how to push your buttons, but they do it very masterfully, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. This is someone who knows your insecurities and knows how to use them to their advantage. So for example, maybe you've confided in them that growing up, anytime you tried to stand up for yourself, people would say that you were being selfish, and that really hurts your feelings. You're not a selfish person, right? So you try to set a boundary with them, and they start saying things to make you feel like you're being selfish, so that you feel bad and you feel embarrassed and you let it go, right? You're like, okay, fine, then I'll just drop it because I don't want them to think that I'm selfish, right? You start getting triggered. You start feeling like you're the bad guy. You start feeling like you're a bad person when all you're trying to do is establish a boundary. So I want you, Pisces, to pay attention in this week that's coming up when you find yourself getting triggered. If you're able to step away from the situation and write for a little bit, I want you to step away from the situation and write for a little bit. Who was involved? What did they say or do? What did it trigger in you? How did it make you feel? Who else in your life, in the past, in your early life, has made you feel that way before? Why do you think they're doing it? Like, why do you think they're making you feel that way? Or trying to make you feel that way? Take some time to write out a forgiveness and release to those people. Take some time to write out a forgiveness and release to yourself. Anything you're blaming yourself for, or anything it's causing you to like criticize yourself about. Forgive, release yourself. And then at the end, write out how you're choosing to feel about yourself and about the situation from now on moving forward. If you can do this, you deactivate the trigger. So in the future, this person or anybody else, they can push that button 1,000 times. It's gonna do nothing. It's not active anymore. They're not going to be able to steer you or pull you into this direction or that direction. So some of you might be finding that you're getting triggered. Some of you maybe are looking to burn a bridge. Now, one reoccurring theme that's been coming up for Pisces in the coming, or not the coming, but the past readings, and it did come up in your 2022 forecast, but like in a really positive way. I feel like Pisces is really going to be steering your feisty energy very positively in 2022. So I'm definitely excited for Pisces. However, so as I was saying, you guys, Pisces, have had this ongoing theme in the weekly forecast where a lot of you are just really getting tired of making life convenient for other people. You're like, what about me? What about what I want? What about what's going on? I've got feelings too. I've got needs too. And so Pisces, with this Five of Swords, because Pisces has been so feisty, or has this feisty energy building up, some of you maybe haven't had an outlet for it yet, and you're still being patient, and you're still like, I'm aggravated, I'm annoyed, but I still don't want to rock the boat, I still don't want to make a big deal out of things, and I'm just going to be patient, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be patient, and there's some things that are happening and you're not speaking up, and then all of a sudden you're going off. I see that happen with the Five of Swords. Something that seems little that becomes a big deal, right? And the best example, and I'll move on to the other cards, but the best example that I can give you is, say that you're the one who has to deal with, okay, no, I'll give you a better example. Okay, say that you buy bottled waters, and you keep bottled waters in the refrigerator, and you just feel frustrated because you feel like the people that you live with, they don't think about you. They're not considerate about you. They just do whatever they want, and they never think about what you're going through or what you need. And you have a terrible day. You go to the fridge to get a bottle of water, and there's like no waters left at all. And someone went to the store and they came back and they didn't even bother to get water or check to see if there was water. And you just like go off. You just start yelling. You just start shouting, and there's no water, and you didn't leave water for me, and you went to the store and you didn't get water, and you're like just, you're going off, right? And the person's like, well, can't you just get water from the drink or from the sink? Or why are you making a big deal about it? Like, why are you being so dramatic? They don't understand it's the underlying principle. It's not about the water. You can go to the store and you can get water. You can get water from the sink. It's the fact that, like, you didn't think of me and you never think of me. It just builds and builds and builds, and then the little thing sets it off, right? Or you get frustrated that somebody's leaving the door open and letting flies and critters and things in. And you try not to make it a big deal, and they leave it open every single day, and the 10th time you're like, why don't you close the door? And they're like, wow, why is Pisces being so sensitive today? They don't realize the 9 times before it's been building, building, building. They just think everything is normal, and all of a sudden today you have a problem. So Five of Swords says, speak up in the moment. Don't let it build. Don't let it build. Don't let it build. Speak up in the moment. Don't wait for it to erupt. Five of Swords can be a bit of a volcano, right? Speak up in the moment before things build. The next card coming up here for Pisces is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords can be where you're at an impasse, okay? Like, you're not agreeing, you're not seeing eye to eye, but neither party wants to budge, neither party wants to move. Now, in the weekly forecast, I want to focus on you and less on relationships. However, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, Spirit is giving me a feeling, in a sense, Pisces, that people are getting on your nerves this week. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be coworkers, it can be family, it can be a romantic relationship, it can be a significant other, it can be a sibling, it can be your neighbors. But Spirit is giving me a sense that you are getting irritated by the people around you. Now, the Two of Swords tells us that you might not necessarily know how to move forward, or you, actually, I take that back. You know how to move forward. You just don't want to confront the situation. You just don't want to do it. And so either one of two things is going to happen here with the Two of Swords. Either it's going to build and build and build and escalate and become a big issue. Or there can be some kind of a Tower moment. Some of you have heard me say that the Two of Swords can be a little bit of a warning for me in my readings. When I've seen over the years, Two of Swords comes up and Spirit is saying, look, we've been showing you the signs. We've been showing you the writing on the wall. And you need to take the steps. And if you don't take the steps, there can be some kind of a Tower moment coming up where a person or situation is being removed from your life. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Pisces. I feel this is something that you're having to face. It's not going to be that simple and that easy that someone is going to be pulled from your life. I feel the Tower moment would be you being forced to stand up for yourself. You being forced to say something. And that can be very uncomfortable for some of you because it might leave you feeling very vulnerable, or it might leave you feeling like, but I really don't like confrontation. But that's the whole lesson. There's nothing to fear. Nobody is above you. And if you're a Pisces that feels really sad or disappointed because you feel like you give a lot, but people don't seem to give back, or people don't seem to care about your feelings, it's because you're not expressing your feelings to make the statement to the universe that my feelings matter and that people need to respect my feelings if they want a place in my life. And so I feel like there's this way in which now you're being pushed to take that stand so that you can change and adjust the energy. You're not here to be a pushover. You're not here to be a doormat. You're not here to be a sounding board for somebody else. You're not here to make somebody else's life more convenient. You have thoughts. You have feelings. You have opinions, you have interests, and you deserve to have them taken seriously. And that can't happen if you're constantly pushing things down because it's more convenient to do so. So I feel here that a lot of you are being pushed. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're being forced to stand up for yourself. Now, I'll tell you, the next card here is very encouraging in that kind of situation because you have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is confident. She's feisty. Okay, she's funny. She's the life of the party. She's independent. She's creative. She's very much entrepreneur kind of energy. Right? She's a very, very, very strong, sophisticated, likable person. Now, for me in my readings, the Queen of Wands sometimes comes up in a situation where Spirit is trying to let us know that you've been pushed into the corner one too many times. Things have been swept under the rug one too many times. And the Queen of Wands is over it. She is done. So I see the Queen of Wands come up in a reading where your anger now is coming up and you can't push it down anymore and you have just had it. You know what you deserve. You know what you bring to the table, and you're not going to settle for less. The Queen of Wands knows how much others benefit from having her around, and she's not going to tolerate a situation where she's being disrespected or where she's not being fairly compensated. And this anger is so powerful, right? And she comes into such a high level of confidence and righteous indignation that she is motivated to go after better. And she's not going to rest until she gets it. And because she's so angry and she's so motivated and she knows so well what she deserves, that change, she gets it very quickly. She succeeds at it very quickly. Anger is a beautiful tool. It's like fire. If we're careless with fire, if we're reckless with it, we can burn ourselves or burn others or burn things down. If we use fire wisely, we can use it for alchemy. We can melt down and purify materials. We can use it to disinfect things. We can use it to make tools. We can use it to keep ourselves warm. We can use it to cook food. We can use it for many powerful and positive things. We can melt down glass, and we can melt down sand and make glass. We can create with it. And anger is the same way. It can be used to create, or it can be used to destroy. Pisces, your anger is going to be coming to the surface. It's not a negative thing. Resist the urge to push it down. Resist the urge to ignore it. Do not judge it. Do not label it as negative. Know that it is a powerful tool, and you're going to have a chance to create with it. To create and carve out the life that you deserve. Don't be afraid of your anger. If you're not sure how to use it productively, pray about it. Meditate on it. Pray and ask for help and guidance. But your anger is a powerful tool. Don't waste it. Don't ignore it. Don't push it down. It's going to help you create a lot of change, and it's going to help you establish the boundaries so that moving forward, you're receiving the respect and the attention and the treatment that you deserve. Sometimes when we're a nice person and we're a giving person, we end up with the lousiest people around us. But this is the chance to make the shift and break out of that. Now, your next card here is super positive. We have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is smoother sailing, calmer waters, getting away from drama, getting away from arguments, disagreements. Now, there could be this anger, and you're speaking your piece, and you're moving on, and you're just done. That can be happening for some of you. Some of you are going and taking a case to an employer about something that is not fair, or something that is being done, or somebody is doing something inappropriate. And you may speak your piece, and you might feel like, you know what, they're not going to handle it. I can already tell they don't care. They're not taking it seriously. And so you might say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be in this power struggle. I'm not going to let them, make me feel bad about it. I deserve more than this. And so you might be very motivated, and you start getting out there and you start applying for jobs. And because of the energy that you're in, you're manifesting a new job very quickly. You're getting callbacks very quickly. You're out of there very quickly. And you're going somewhere where it's not going to be drama. Some of you might be setting down a boundary with a person and just saying, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not enabling you. I'm not carrying your burdens anymore. I'm not fixing your problems anymore. You do you, and I'll do me. And this is the Six of Swords for some of you. Now, some of you have heard me say with the Six of Swords that a lot of the times for myself, pulling cards for myself, and for some of my long-term clients, I've seen this happen where you're planning a trip and you go on a trip. Maybe you're going to visit a friend or a family member, or it's just someplace you've been curious about, and you might have it in the back of your mind that, well, maybe I might move there someday. I'll keep that in mind while I'm out there. I'll check it out. I'll see what the houses and the apartments are like. I'll see what rents go for. I'll see what the job market is like, what the people are like, and maybe I might end up out there someday. But I've seen the Six of Swords come up where you might go for this little visit, And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're relocating. Things just align, things just fall into place, where all of a sudden you're like, okay, I guess I'm moving. You know, that happened for me not that long ago this year. I knew I had to get out of the big city, and I wasn't sure where I was going. I went out on the road. I decided to stop and visit a friend who moved back to their hometown. And before I went, I pulled cards. I got the Six of Swords. I kind of chuckled. I said, oh gosh, don't tell me I'm going to end up moving out there. And I just fell in love with it. And I was in an Airbnb, and before I knew it, I was signing a lease to move into a place. And so this can be happening for some of you. You may be going on a trip, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, things are falling into place and you're relocating. Some of you might be relocating, and this could be for some of you because you feel like you need to put physical distance between people who are dragging you down. People who are manipulating you emotionally, who are triggering you, who are depending on you too much, who are taking advantage of your kindness. Some of you might feel like you're going to need to put physical distance between yourself and these types of people. For other ones of you, you're just doing it through your boundaries. You're like, I'm done. I'm disconnecting. Sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. I am not at home at this time. I cannot be reached. And you're just disconnecting. Some of you may feel like you need to do it physically, and some of you are simply doing it energetically. But you're done. You're done, Pisces, and you're not tolerating this anymore. And I'm proud of you. I really, really am. Be sure to check out the 2022 forecasts. I do have those linked in the description of the video. Love readings for December are linked in the description. January love readings will be up soon. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule at calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Be sure to watch your moon, sun, and rising sign. Some weeks it might resonate more than your sun sign. Again, thank you for watching, guys. I'm wishing you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry whatever you celebrate, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care.